Hi, Brian, Nico, Dustin, and Mike. It's Julie Benz. Okay? Just don't go out there. Just don't do it. All right? And yeah, all right. Bye.
In a world where zombies, ghosts, serial killers, and vampires all exist, it's Nico, Brian, Mike, and Dustin, and they are all that stand between you and the films that could end the world. Welcome to the Don't Go Out There Horror Movie Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Don't Go Out There Horror Movie Podcast. Just want to thank all of our fans and listeners. Really appreciate the support. You guys are awesome. Before we get into tonight's film review, just want to give a quick shout out to our website, don'tgoouthere.com. Everything about our podcast is on the website. All of our episodes and interviews, if you want to check those out. We've done some incredible interviews in the past. Go check them out there in a specific tab by themselves so you don't have to scroll through hundreds of episodes on Apple or Spotify, etc. We also have our store if you want to grab a shirt, a mouse pad, a hat, all that good stuff. We'd love to see your pictures, rep your favorite podcast. And Shan's Etsy page is also attached if you want to grab a tumbler. All of our social media links are on there as well. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Like us, subscribe us, follow us, all that good stuff. And the last thing I want to shout out on our website is our Patreon. We call it Blood Donors. We have the traditional monthly reoccurring kind. If you want to support us, help us pay the bills, as we say. Or if there's a movie you want us to review, that option is available as well. Just check out our website, don'tgoouthere.com. Also, if you haven't noticed, we've recently joined the Believe Network. So there's some ads on our program now. But if you want ad-free content, go check us out on Blood Donors. The ad-free episodes will be available there. We appreciate your support. We hope you enjoy the episode. All right, guys, jumping to the film review. This week is Brother Mike's pick. Mike, you want to announce your pick and why you picked it?
Yes, it has a really long, annoying-ass title, but it is Shriek, I Know What You Did Last Friday the 13th. The forgot... What? No?
Nope. It's Shriek, If You Know What I Did Last Friday the 13th.
That's what I said.
Nope. You said Shriek, I Know What You Did.
No, I just have bad mic. I'm telling you. Anyway, run the tape.
Listen to it back.
I will. I won't.
Damn, Mike just
hey, Jamie, pull
listens
this
to the
up.
damn show. Nobody listens to this show on the show except me.
I do listen to the show sometimes.
I listen to it live.
That's right. I listen to it while we record the show. Listen, fine. I'll re-say it for all you people out there. Shriek, If You Know What I Did Last Friday the 13th. So I was looking to pick movies, and it was during Scream 7's release time, and I'm like, all right. And Scary Movie trailer had just dropped, and so got me thinking about, do I want to pick one of the scary movies? I'm going to be honest. The first three are the only ones I actually enjoy. I think 4 and 5 are horrendous. So I wanted to hold off on the Scary Movie 3 until the next Scary Movie comes out so we could kind of kick that up then. But then This movie popped up. And I was like, what the hell? And so I clicked on it, and I do remember it existing, but I don't remember watching it. I remember it existing, and I was like, that's interesting. It's kind of the forgotten spoof parody horror that got, thrown to the side because Scary Movie was a lot more successful. Wayne's Brothers, for all the reasons that I think make sense. Scary Movie franchise is significantly better than this movie. However, I picked it on a whim, and to me, and I understand why someone wouldn't feel this way, to me it falls into the so bad it's good. This movie is awful, but I thought it was fucking funny, man. And part of the reason, and I'll tell you why, as everyone knows on this show, I'm a fan of nostalgia. I shouldn't be, but I am. It's a dangerous drug. This movie had a lot of shit-dated references that don't hold up anymore, but still made me laugh because I'm of that time. And so when I view it through that lens, that's why I enjoyed it as much as I did. Like the Mentos stuff, Like there's like Backstreet Boys references that don't hold up. Again, just like stuff that's in here that to the 2026 eyes and ears doesn't really make sense. But for me, I got a good laugh out of it. And I'll be honest, this movie follows Scream beat by beat more than Scary Movie does, almost like down to the structure of the film. It's not perfect. Like I said, it's bad, but it got me. It makes me laugh. The worst part of the movie is Tom fucking Arnold. I could go without having Tom Arnold in this movie. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like the character of Dowie at all. But I'll shut up. I've ranted enough. I actually had a good time with it. If I watched it on a bad day, I probably would feel a little bit different. But it's going to have a high score from enjoyability factor, but not actual movie factor.
Maybe that's why I didn't enjoy it, Mike. All I have is bad days. So
no, I don't think that's it, buddy.
If you would, no, you should have had. If you had ate a couple glizzies before you watched it, you might have liked it better. But I'll go next.
You're right. You're right.
Dustin, whenever I go up to Tennessee, like whether it be to like go see the Odyssey or whatever, or go to a convention, whatever we do, like we got to go do like the Costco and Sam's, like which hot dog is better thing. Y'all got
say less.
Y'all got that around you?
What do you think this is? Arkansas? Yes, we got those. Come on.
Well, I'm just saying, not everywhere has those stores around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, bet. Follow us.
No offense to our Arkansas listeners, by the way.
That reminds me of Nightcap. They were making fun of Joe for winning basketball homecoming king, and they're like, "We ain't never heard of that. It must be something like somewhere like in Arkansas that does something like that." But anywho, follow us on our personal accounts if you want to see some glizzy content. But anywho, back to the general thoughts on this movie.
Yo,
we're talking about Sam's and Costco.
Yeah, but that's just a wild way to phrase it, brother. Go ahead.
Okay, back to the movie. Yeah, Mike, I hated it. I thought it was awful. It was an hour and 26 minutes, and it was painful to get through. It was, I laughed very few times. I'm a big fan of a couple of the actors in the movie, Julie Benn, Simon Rex. I give them their props. But yeah, I really just did not enjoy this movie whatsoever. Like, and obviously we're going to compare it to Scary Movie a lot. Like the way this movie, like to me, I said this in my notes. Like this movie just reminded me of like a student film. Like I didn't think it was well made. I just didn't really care for much of anything in this. I think you saw my letterbox score, Dustin. I think we have the same score actually. But yeah, yep. I'm not a fan of this one. It didn't crank my tractor.
So you know how there's certain things that you enjoy as a kid that you revisit as an adult, and you're like, I really wish I hadn't revisited that because it tarnishes your memory of that. This falls into that category. So I hadn't seen this movie in probably 25 years. I don't think I've seen it since it came out. It came out, I think I was in 7th grade, and that's around the time that this humor really worked on me. But then Brother Brian was so gracious. He digitized his movie collection. He moved all to digital. So he gifted me his Blu-rays and DVDs. And this movie was in them. So I now own this movie on DVD. I've owned it for a couple years when he gave them to me. And there's still a lot of movies he's given me that I haven't made it around to watching yet. But I hadn't watched it. Then we had Julie Benz on the show. And I brought this movie up to her. And I believe if you go back and review the footages, I believe I told her that I was fond of this movie. And I think her response was, why?
Yeah.
And
she didn't like it.
No. And now having rewatched it, I understand why she had that response. And I wish that I would have asked about this movie in a different way. Because this movie is not good. I didn't laugh like an actual laugh. I didn't laugh once. There was a couple of scenes that like maybe got a smile out of me or, drew an internal reaction, but I didn't audibly react. It's just,
same.
It doesn't work. Scary Movie, got the theatrical release, and it did release before this one, even though this one was technically made first and written first, I think. But I think there's a reason other than the Wayans brothers being in Scary Movie, other than that being the reason that that franchise took off and this one didn't. it's because it's actually funny. Like Scary Movie, even Scary Movie 4 and 5, which were not good. I enjoyed those way more than this one. And I know that's weird to say if you take the Wayans brothers out because they also wrote the movie. So yeah, that's why there's. I don't want to insult anyone's intelligence, but they're smarter comedy writers than the folks behind this movie.
Oh, absolutely.
It just, and I think my biggest problem with it, what made it not work the most for me, is that it's like that classmate or coworker that you've got that is kind of socially awkward and doesn't know when to let a joke die. It'll be like 3 weeks since something funny happened. They're still bringing it up. This movie beats a dead horse, and they even have a reference to beating a dead horse. There's a cat with a collar that says dead horse, and she's like, there's no need to beat that dead horse. This movie does that, though. I mean, there's the flashback scenes that parody I Know What You Did Last Summer. It's like, okay, the first one or two, it's like, haha. But then it's like, okay, everyone has to get one. And then the ending, my God, the ending just would not end. The end, or is it something else happens? Now it's the end, or is it something else happen? And I was extremely frustrated and bored with it. Now, Tom Arnold, look, I don't know much about Tom Arnold's personal life, so if he's a scumbag and I'm endorsing him, I'm not doing that. But Tom Arnold will always have a special place in my heart because around the time this movie came out, there was a show on FS1 or Fox Sports called The Best Damn Sports Show, period. And Tom Arnold was on it, Chris Rose, John Sally, Michael Irvin. That is the best sports show ever made. They need to run that back, maybe with the same host, maybe with new hosts. I don't know. Same format, though, or at least put the old episodes up somewhere where I can watch them. That's just a little side rant. But I don't dislike Tom Arnold. I thought his character was fine. Like it's a parody of the greatest cop in cinematic history. Like it's okay. Shout out to Dewey. Bottom line is, I didn't think this movie was good or funny. And when you're trying to be a funny movie and you're not, and you're also not good, it's not going to get a high score for me at all.
Yeah, one of the writers on this movie, his name is Joe Nelms. He has 2 features to his name. This one has a 4.0 on IMDb, and the other one has a 2.7.
Yeah. And I don't know. Did you guys stick around for the post-credit scene?
Yeah, I stuck through all the way to the end.
No.
And
It
just said what happened to him again.
Yeah, it's funny that you stuck around for it because I didn't put it in my, usually if there's a post-credit scene, we put it in the scene-by-scene breakdown for the others through the post-credits. I didn't do that. I didn't know there was one. I just had a sneaking suspicion that there would be one. So I stuck around. And the funniest thing is it shows the film crew and it says that they're unemployed. And I was like, yep, that makes sense after this one.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
No offense. You got a movie made, and I'm extremely jealous of that. It's just not a very good one.
Dustin, you got the old scene by scene tonight. Whenever you're ready, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, brother, let me
I imagine this was a nightmare to do scene by scene on.
It was, and I think you'll notice that I go pretty long in the tooth in my first set of scenes, and they just keep getting shorter and shorter because
you can't keep up.
Well, I think I was. Oh no, I did a lot of pausing and rewinding to make sure I didn't miss something if I was typing while something was happening. But I think I grew annoyed with that it just wouldn't end, and then I also just realized that all these little side details and side missions that are happening, they don't amount to anything, so there's no need in documenting them in the scene by scene. But just threw a 6 milli Zen lip pillow in. Let's get to it. Lord bear me strength. The movie opens with previously in teen horror films, and a parody of the Scream open with a girl named Screw calling the movie phone, which is a dated reference, when she gets a call from the killer. They hit on some stereotypes before the killer falls in the pool. He calls back collect, and we see he's in her house now. She gets his question wrong, and the killer pops out of the ridiculously oversized cake in the kitchen like the world's worst stripper. He chases her in circles around the kitchen island for an absurd amount of time until the phone rings and the killer answers and hands Screw the phone. He politely waits until she's done talking, and the chase resumes. She runs outside, face first into a big bug zapper, and the killer lights his face on fire with a cigarette lighter, melting his hockey mask into a Timu Ghostface mask. We cut to a high school where students are bringing in kegs, and there's a Camel cigarette machine in the hallway, and one student's locker spills out an absurd amount of knives. A new student, Dawson, registers for school and is instantly bullied by Simon Rex's character, Slab. Shout out to Simon Rex. He's in a very underrated comedy called Red Rocket. Everyone should go watch it. Coolio plays the principal, or the administrator formerly known as principal interest, and he tells another student to show Dawson around. Friend of the show, Julie Benz, is introduced next as Barbara, and we meet Bonner. They say Boner a lot, but it's actually pronounced Bonner, and Martina, and they talk about Screw dying, and the killer tries to kill another student behind them in the hallway. We get a shoehorn Chucky parody and a SWAT team getting shot down before they head outside, and we see Tiffany Amber Thiessen spoofing Gail Weathers as Hagatha, who has written a book called Dawson is a Murderer. He knocks her out, and mall cop Doey comes to her aid. He's on the case since the costume was stolen from the mall. Okay. Doey empties dirt out of his boot, and we see that he and Hagatha have the same boots as the killer. But they're innocent because the real killer is killing Hagatha's cameraman in the van behind them. That's the convoluted open. What'd you guys think?
Really? Is Simon Rex the only person in this movie that's a member of the Scary Movie franchise as well?
Probably.
I mean, he's in 3. Yeah, pretty big part.
I think so.
Well, he made it out, guys. He made it out. He found his way. He's actually funny.
The first one without weighing.
Yeah. But I mean, 3's not bad. 3's not a bad film.
No, I like 3. I think 3's funny as hell.
Yeah, no, 3's funny. Again, it's really weird watching this movie to yet another movie parodying the Scream open. This scene has been redone by so many different, including its own franchise. Like, this sets up like another Scream movie too. Now, obviously, very different way it's done, but still. So it's kind of weird with that hindsight being like another one of these. But anyway, I love the line, honestly, that she's a beautiful, popular, rich kid. I can't do math. Well, I can't do math, and I'm ugly and I'm poor, so I don't know what to tell you. Again, I think this is where the difference is. I cracked up at this chase scene a little bit, man. Like how he hands her the phone and like waits on her to get done with the call. I know the ongoing bit probably annoyed the majority of people that this Ghostface or Timu Ghostface doesn't kill anybody. I thought it was funny. I can't lie. Now, again, maybe you caught me in a good mood, guys. I don't know. Maybe not. But I enjoy how this mask gets melted from all. Clearly, it's like an amalgamation of Jason's hockey mask and Myers and all this stuff, and it gets melted down by the bug zapper in the Ghostface. I thought that was somewhat clever. Coolio, fucking funny. I wish they had a bigger, more important role here. He's fucking funny as the principal. The art for I like him doing like a spin on principal. I thought that was kind of. Is it a bad joke? Yeah. Is it funny because it's Coolio? Yes, I thought so. This little guy that comes by as Chucky, not really that necessary. I will say this new kid acting like school violence is no big deal. This is only like 2 years post Columbine, so we were already in that world where school shootings were kind of on the regular. Now, look, I have a gut feeling that part of the reason I like this movie as much as I did is because this is fucking peak Tiffany Amber Thiessen right here, guys. It don't get much better than this, guys. I mean, this is wonderful. Wonderful is all I'm going to say, because I will get canceled if I say what I actually want to say. Look, man, I don't enjoy. Maybe it's not Tom Arnold itself. I still don't really like this character or Doey, but I don't enjoy the chemistry between him and Tiffany Amber Thiessen. I think that's what it is. Like, I think they were trying to maybe play on the fact that Arquette and Cox are like not, or like Arquette's was really goofy and ugly or something, and Courtney Cox was hot. I think they're equal looks. I don't see the big difference between Dewey and Gale at all. These two,
one's a man.
Well,
one's a man. That's pretty big.
Jesus Christ. I can admit when a man is handsome. Jesus Christ, man. Anyway, yeah, there's some not so flattering comedy here about looking like the D word, a dyke. I don't know if I'm allowed to say dyke in 2026 or not. I don't know, but it's not
We'll
great.
find out.
Yes, I guess we'll find out. At least I'm saying it's not great, so I'm just pointing it out that was like not good stuff. Last thing, when she talks about being a cable reporter, and Tom Arnold saying, that's just as important. Not to Vince McMahon, pal. Not at all. That man would rather take less money to be on UPN because it was broadcast than be on another network that he could have made money off of. That is what you call dedication to being on broadcast television. He did it again with Fox. Just throwing that out there. And their company got booted off Fox. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, gotta admit, this wasn't the easiest movie to take notes on either, but I did my best. I did chuckle at the opening commentary previously in teen horror films line. Like, I didn't think that was terrible. I chuckled. And fun fact, I've never seen any Spike Lee films. I'm sure Irate King is going to call me racist at any moment.
I'm going to call you racist. What are you talking about?
Which one should I watch? Give me one.
My favorite one is not his most popular one, but I love He Got Game with Denzel and Ray Allen. Great movie. 25th Hour. That's the one. I think you should watch 25th Hour.
Okay.
Not hardly anyone knows that one. It's good.
This killer is one of the slowest runners I've ever seen, and I can't believe I've watched him chase this woman around this kitchen island so many times. 4 minutes into this movie, and it feels like a student film, like I mentioned earlier. I did chuckle. She ran into a big zapper, or into a bug zapper, but was that enough to kill her, seriously? Like, I just don't know if that'd be enough. 5 minutes into this, and I'm struggling already. This is not good. Sex on the campus lawn, a keg getting carried into the school, cigarette vending machine. This is quite the facility. Hell yeah, brother. It's good to see Simon Rex on my screen. I hope he's able to bring some good humor. This was my first time watch. I did first time notes, so I will give Simon Rex some credit. Like, I'll agree with you, Dustin. I don't know if there's really anything funny said, but like just his facial acting is funny. Like, he's just a funny guy to me.
Yeah.
Coolio as the principal. My goodness, I hope he got paid well. Was LL Cool J the only rapper able to get a good role in a horror film in the 90s and 2000s? What are we doing here? Julie Benz, friend of the show, Julie Benz. Call me sometime. This killer's knockoff Ghostface mask is so bad, and the Chucky kid was just awful. We're not even through set one of scenes, and I'm straight up not having a good time already. And I did do some research on her after this, but before this, I have not heard of Tiffany Thiessen. But I will steal Mike's line again. Call me sometime. I never watched what was it? Saved
by the Bell.
I never watched Saved by the Bell. I was
what?
I was a young Asian kid. You know what I was watching as a kid.
What about Son? All right, Naruto, calm down. What about
Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z? Get it right.
What about Son-in-Law?
No,
Pauly Shore?
Never seen it. Are you surprised?
You never cease to amaze me.
I get this is a Scream parody, but I hate this movie so far. Another hot take. I don't see anything wrong with the clip-on tie. Like, it's there. Like, it's like what? Like, we're not having a circle jerk. Like, it's there. That's all it needs to be. Last thing I got, Dustin. Pretty awful opening, honestly, and we got a lot more to get through. Go ahead.
All right, so I need to correct myself because yes, He Got Game is my favorite Spike Lee joint, but Malcolm X is probably the best one. But as far as what I would recommend to you, I'm going to throw two at you. One is either Inside Man with Denzel. I think that's a great movie. But also one that I'm going to pick on the show. It's on my list to pick eventually that I think you will actually love because it's true crime. Summer of Sam. Summer of Sam is the one that you need to watch.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, back to the scene by scene. Our group of students walk in slow motion, and a couple of girls walk out of a classroom with Freddy Krueger gloves for no reason. Got to get all the spoofs in by any means necessary, I guess. Bonner says he's not the killer, but Slab could be, and I'm wondering if these kids ever actually have class at this point. They finally do, and the school is full of students whose names are dated 90s references. Moesha, it's just, come on. Martina gets a note from the killer that says, I know what you did last summer, with no being spelled N-O. We get a flashback of our group drinking and driving, and Slab hits a plastic deer in the road. They ignore the no dumping sign, and Martina realizes she forgot to give her grandmother her laxative. Back in class, the teacher is being put in a noose by the killer, but it doesn't matter. Outside, Hagatha and Dowie get to know each other better, and we see Bonner at swim practice, which is full of Baywatch spoofs, and Artie Lang. Fun fact about Artie Lang, do you know he did so much cocaine his nose basically deteriorated? That's insane. You should look up Artie Lang's nose. Anyway, the killer gets another victim and then gives Bonner a note of his own. We see that Bonner realized he forgot to give the governor a note from his brother until the group hit another plastic deer in the road. Then Slab gets his note about what he did last Chanukah. He couldn't pronounce it. He hit another deer and remembered he smoked his uncle's ashes. Barbara finds out she has 5 STDs from the school nurse, and she finds a note in her bra about what she did last period. She ripped a tag off her mattress while having sex and remembers when the group, you guessed it, hit another plastic deer in the road. Considered that dead horse beaten. And she runs out of the nurse's office. What'd you guys think?
I promise. I agree with all the stuff you guys are saying about it being bad. I promise. I don't know. Some of the humor hit for me. I can't help it. What was the point of this slow walk scene, though? Made no sense. I'm sure that was a movie reference, but it's slipping me. I will say, I wish my high school was kind of like this. Half-naked girls walking around, Freddy Krueger girls. What's the problem here? I don't see the issue. Go, team, go. The French teacher from France. I thought that was kind of a nice one-liner. I think some of the one-liners here remind me of an episode of watching Family Guy. Not that Family Guy is not funnier, but like that's how the humor came across to me. It's almost like it was setting up bits later on, which it did. Now, this French teacher seemed to be one that slept with students. I may have to turn her down respectfully. I'm not asking her to call me sometime. Respectfully. Now, Nico, brother, same age group that you're normally interested in. Just throwing that out there. Sorry. What happened? Look, I got a good laugh out of her correcting the spelling of no. I thought it was funny. I won't lie. And I don't know why I thought it was so funny, but I did. This whole fake deer stuff doesn't work for me, though. I will fully say that. Like this, and it's a running bit that they keep going back to. It did not hit for me, so I agree with you guys. And I just couldn't pay attention to the fake Dewey and Gale here because all I could really focus on was Tiffany Amber Thiessen. My goodness. Special. I thought Artie Lang was hilarious, by the way. And I have heard that story about his cocaine adventures. I think Artie Lang's fucking hilarious, personally. So,
yeah,
to see him was a nice little cameo. Don't really understand why we have a little mini Shawshank parody here, though. Doesn't really fit with the rest of the parodies of the film. I thought that was something. Now, you know, I think the bit him kind of misenunciating Hanukkah was kind of funny, honestly. And through this part, I'm just annoyed with how much of this I Know What You Did Last Summer spoof we're getting because it's the same thing and none of it's original or funny. So I agree with you guys there. This got to be the dumbest. Sorry, Julie Benz, but your character Barbara's got to be the dumbest sumbitch I've ever met. These are all very popular ways to talk about having sex that the nurse is listing off, and she didn't know what any of them meant. I find that very difficult to believe. I had a line in here about what I would do to Barbara, but Julie Benz is a friend of the show, so I won't do that because that's not how business is done. So there you go. Last thing, the nurse may be the funniest motherfucker in this movie. She had some good one. I thought the nurse was fucking hilarious. I wish she was a bigger character.
That's fair. Julie Benz continues to be beautiful and one of the few things I'm enjoying about the film. A lot of this humor is dated for the time, but who really thought this was funny then? Like breast augmentation room and we hear popping noises. Like who thought that was funny then? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Writers thought spelling no wrong was funny and correcting it would be the cherry on top. Like, I don't know. This was not working for me. Now we're spoofing I Know What You Did Last Summer. I get this is a spoof, but how did the writers think this was funny? And after seeing their IMDb scores on the things they wrote besides this, I get it. Dumping the fake deer into the water with a no dumping sign continues to not be funny at all. Getting a boner from CPR in front of everyone got to be the worst feeling in the world. And I spelled worst, WURST, like a sausage. Hey, see, I'm as good of a writer as these people.
That's
Simon,
good. You know, I always thought the worst feeling in the world is when someone you cared about let you down. But good point.
R.I.P.
Have you deleted a few tweets? Oh, sorry.
I have.
Not
That's
to be a
not
dick.
be a dick.
Yeah. Simon Rex struggling to read made me think of Shannon Sharp. Sound it out, Johnny. It sounds like Johnny can't read. That's a great clip if you haven't seen that. And Dan Barber collecting STDs like Dragon Balls. Good night. If you're an anime nerd like me, you'll know what that reference is. How the fuck did this group of kids drive the same road so many times and not learn anything? Shake my damn head. How do you hit the same fake deer over and over? Barber getting the note about pulling the tag off the mattress, I did think was kind of funny. It reminds me of the jokes on TikTok, like with Jigsaw is trapping people. It's like, mind you, all he did was get a water cup and put soda in it, and that's what that just reminded me of that. I thought that was kind of funny. Last thing I got, another bad set of scenes, and we got 4 more to go. Go ahead, Dustin.
You know, I actually did.
Sorry, Mike.
And Mike, I know that you'll see where I'm coming from. I did appreciate the misspelling of no and her correcting it because I've been called a bit of a grammar Nazi.
That's what you do all the damn time.
Be on your A game, man. We all went to the same school. I mean, not the same school, but we had the same education as far as grammar. Anyway, Dowie pulls up to Hagatha in his golf cart, and the killer takes down another one of her news crew. The school has vending machines for guns and alibis, among other things, as well as a trash can overflowing with notes from the killer. The school also has a wide variety of lunch options, but what intrigued me the most was Slab's Jack Daniels juice box. Hell yeah. At the lunch table, the group all share their notes from the killer, and Barbara says they're all targets, and Dawson gets his note, but his flashback has him in a deer costume, and he's hit by the group in the car. We find out it's Halloween and Friday the 13th. Or not, Slab is dyslexic. Martina says the killer always knows where they are, and we see the killer is under the table. And they make plans to do the most horror tropey things possible. They're going to stay the night at Slab's house. The hallway's clear as Barbara is walking to class, and she gets spooked and ducks into the restroom, where she sees the killer's 5 feet, yes, 5 feet under the stall door, and she turns the situation into a Mentos commercial. I mean, Mentals. Mentals is what they called it. In shop class, Slab spoofs Grease and for some reason, and he gets called the F-slur. Next, Mike's favorite movie, Christine, is spoofed as a classic car turns on and starts chasing him. The killer is driving it, so it's not really turning itself on and driving. But before Slab is run down, a motorcycle cop pulls him over, allowing Slab to get away, but not before he pisses his britches.
First of all, fuck you. And
Wow.
second, I'd rather watch this movie than Christine. Anyway.
No way.
So, yeah, Christine sucks. Anyway, look, I just have to. Last time, I promise, out of respect, but Tiffany, right here, as Conrad Thompson would say, roll tide. That's all I got, brother. Okay. The actual first thing I wrote was the haircut that this girl has used to be a dead giveaway back in my day. You know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. That was on the nose. You couldn't hide it if you had this haircut. But anyway, I think some of the little one-liners are funny. They're stupid funny, like from the desk of the killer. I think that stuff made me laugh. I can't help it. This flashback scene I am done with. I'm over. However, the one in the deer costume is kind of funny. Like, out of all the ones we saw, it's the funniest one. Everything else kind of sucks. The Friday the 13th, Halloween being on the same day, I'm going to see if I can pull that over anyone's head and see how long it takes them to notice. So I'm going to steal that joke and see how long it takes someone young to realize that Halloween's on the same day every year. And Friday the 13th is not. But there's this, like, at the table scene has a couple funny one-liners, but it goes on really long. Outside of them all kind of implicating themselves of being a murderer in their own way, it just lasted way too long. Now, were the boots that the fake Ghostface here, is he wearing? Like, I say this later in my notes, so I might as well say it now. That looks like a really familiar pair of wrestling boots. I can't quite place who they belong to, but they look like somebody. Yeah, like somebody famous.
the over exaggerated toe boxes, like they're shaped like clown boots, but the look of the boot, the coloration, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it looks like somebody's, and I can't quite place. Bret Hart, maybe? Something? Does that ring a bell?
He had
No?
white
Owen?
with black patent leather up around the laces.
Yeah, that sounds right. The Mentos joke is dated. Clearly, it's dated and it's of its time, but I remember those fucking Mentos commercials, so I enjoyed it.
Same.
And I also, I will tell you, I like this bit of this killer not actually killing anybody. Like, them finding their own ways to get away, I thought is a good bit. Now, not all the bits are good, okay? How they escape the killer aren't always good, which I'm about to get to, but I like the bit, and I feel like in a better movie that it would work a lot better. This Grease Lightning reference is fucking terrible, though. This has no place. I got to be consistent on something in my life, and so musical numbers out of nowhere really pissed me off. Looking at you, Scream 2. This was way worse than that. So if I'm going to be harsh on Scream 2 for that, I got to be harsh on this. This is terrible. Now, how long it took the car to get to him? Again, I think that one's kind of funny in a way. I just think it's a pretty fun bit. Last thing, that this man has not killed anyone yet, technically, that we've seen.
Yeah, Dawson, he's dressed as a deer now and getting spanked. And I had to ask, what am I watching right now, Michael Settle? I had to use your whole government name. Simon, I did laugh at this, and I call him Simon Rex. I don't remember his name. I think it's Slab or something. I just call him Simon.
Slab.
Calling Godzilla a Japanese serial killer, that did make me laugh. I thought that was pretty funny. Like, that was good. Just because he can't read doesn't mean he's a killer. Or just because he can't read doesn't mean he's a killer. What about the Clintons? And I was like, oh, okay. That line was interesting. It may have aged pretty well. I don't know. I'm just saying, possibly. Hate to keep piling on, but the signs on their backs, I didn't think that was funny at all. Like, I at this point, I'm legit feeling bad for the cast for being in this movie. Like we talked to Fabienne Therese earlier. It's like, this must have been one of those gigs where you just got to get your health insurance or you just got to meet that quota or something, because I was like, oof. And I'm trying not to bring logic into this movie, which is a spoof, but how did 5 feet step down from that toilet and only one person come out the stall? Who else was in there? Like, goodness. And I don't know if y'all noticed this or not, but this was just my personal thoughts. But this mechanic, he looks like if you took Shawn Wayans, Ben Affleck, and Jamie Kennedy from Scream 2 and slammed all their faces together. Rewind that tape and go look at that guy and tell me if I'm right or wrong on that one. The last thing I got, this Christine scene is painful. It runs on too long. But at least Simon Rex was a little bit funny again, like giving his all.
Hey, Nico, I just want to combat you briefly. I know this is bad and painful for you, but you did just make us watch a movie where a baby's head got cut off. So
Yeah, but that was good.
Slow
Yeah, it was a good
No,
movie.
no, don't. That was different. Me. That's what you made this watch.
It was
Okay,
good.
all right. I didn't say what, dude. I gave it a high score, but
This
it doesn't
isn't
mean it
personal.
was enjoyable.
You didn't write the movie.
How do you know? I'm just kidding. Dude,
So-
I'm sorry. I was about to quote Gunther. I'm not going to do that. That's an inside baseball reference. I won't do that.
So I will say, I do agree with you, Mike. The Mentos commercial spoof. So like a lot of these dated '90s references, obviously I remember, a bunch of it. I'm old enough to remember when they were mainstream references. But the Mentos one I did like. That one was funny. Those commercials were all like that. It's just you wreck your bicycle on the way to work. Oh, have a Mentos. Everything's good. That's funny.
Right.
And then I will say also, and Brian, you may need to cut this. I don't know. But Nico, you mentioned all the feet under the stall door. The first time that I went to the gay bar in here in Knoxville, I go to the restroom as soon as we walked in, and I saw 4 feet underneath the stall door. And I was like, oh, okay. I just turned around, went back out, and I danced to like 4 songs with my bladder about to explode because it's like, I don't think I need to go in there right now. But anyway, back to the movie.
Might want to cut
We're
that, Brian.
halfway. I mean, it's a true story. I was there as an ally,
Hey.
whatever. Love wins. I don't care, but I don't need to witness it. So
I don't remember the name of the. I don't remember the name of the second place you took me, but it's better than my
was
2
not
feet
there.
hanging out of the. No, I know, but it's better than my 2 feet hanging out the bathroom door. That's all I'm gonna say. Motherfucker was on
Paul's
the floor.
Oasis. Paul's Oasis. They came and got me and said, you need to check on your friend. I walked down, this man is sitting in the hallway hugging a plastic trash can. I was like, okay, yep, time to go. So anyway, back to the movie. We are halfway home. Doey and Hagatha walk to the news van, and as they walk, another one of Hagatha's news crew gets taken out by the killer. Martina heads to track practice where the killer joins her for a run, and the crowd cheers as it turns into a race. They run in slow motion as the theme from Chariots of Fire plays, and that's got to be the best movie spoofed by this movie. I mean, that's the 1981 Best Picture winner, so that I appreciated that. Anyway, the killer wins, and we cut to Bonner's independent study. He's crawling through a crawl space, but it's just to spy on girls in the shower. Instead, he peeps on the killer in the shower by mistake. Then in sex ed class, one student goes into labor, and Dawson volunteers to put fuel in the projector. Not sure why projectors need fuel. Anyway, he gets it started and fires up the Pam Anderson and Tommy Lee sex tape for the class. The killer appears in the projection room, and they play some rock, paper, scissors until Dawson is able to slip away. In Principal Interest's office, we see the killer costume on the floor as he spies on the kids with surveillance cameras. The killer enters the room, but before they can fight, Principal Interest gets hit in the head by a frying pan that flew through the window and knocked him into the tub, where he was electrocuted. Hagatha is live on air, and she interviews Doey, where he says all students are prime candidates for a good old-fashioned axe to the head. Go ahead.
Look, I don't know. I feel like I've made too many. I actually thought the chase turning into like a track race was funny, man. Like I can't help it. I thought it was a fun bit. Again, the fact that he hasn't killed anyone. This is a really elaborate plan that Bono, Save the World, Bono, that he came up with to just watch girls in the shower. Like, this is really elaborate here. You know, that took a lot of ingenuity. Like, if you put that much effort into something else, you might be a really good engineer or something. But no, you wanted to use that, and then you end up seeing a dude. And before you guys say anything, nope. Okay, thank you. I thought when they entered the health class, it said one of the things they were in the wrong place with the Southern Baptist. Living in the South my whole life, Southern Baptist. Thought that line was funny. This is a terrible sex ed joke, though. Like, I didn't think that any of this was funny at all. The pregnant lady is the mom from the TED TV series, which I know she has a name. I'm sorry. She's also in a lot of other stuff, but she has a lot of range, man. So good for her, even getting work all the way back here. Scene in the film room was a complete waste of time to me. Again, these boots just look like someone's wrestling boots that are drawing a blank. I feel like it's Bret Hart. I feel like I'm thinking Bret Hart. Coolio is fucking wild in this scene, though, bro. Like, this, in another movie, I hear you, Nico, from your open. Like, I hear you. But I feel like Coolio here was fucking good. I feel like in another movie with maybe some better writing, he would have been really fucking funny here. I don't know. Maybe just me. There's a weird Titanic reference that I don't know works. We're about 4 years late on that. The Kevin Williamson reference with the, what was it, Webben Killiamston or something like that. I don't know. It went by so fast I missed it. But I thought that was kind of a fun nod. Huh?
William Kevinson.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, it was close. Okay. All right. Yeah. At least those references kind of made me feel the warm fuzzies in my tum-tum with the nostalgia. Because even Scary Movie 2 technically has a Titanic reference when what's his name's getting the old jerk in the cold room and you can see all the breath. I mean, that's a Titanic reference too. So, you know, data references aren't like totally out of the ordinary for spoofs. I just didn't think it worked here. That's all I had.
Just to clarify, I don't think Coolio was bad per se. I just think he was in a terrible movie and he deserved a little bit better. But we'll just move on from that. I hate to admit, but I laughed at the 9mm when it's cold line. Like, I did think that was funny. Hagatha just pleased the Foot gang as she puts his cigarette out, but Doey pissed me off throwing that ice cream cone on the ground. Bro, I love ice cream. Like, I love ice cream cones the way Dustin loves a big glizzy down his guzzle. Like, that made me so mad. I get this is a parody, but it's still not funny at all that the killer is openly running track with Martina. Like, we're losing recipes. Like, this is, like, I don't know. That's just not funny to me. The killer fucking the hole in the wall was so funny, and I laughed hysterically. Like, I had to pause. I was laughing so hard. Sex ed class scene, again, not funny. I understand getting movies made isn't easy, but it blows my mind this got funding and so many other better scripts didn't. It blows my mind. Cringe fight scene between Killer and Dawson with the Pam and Tommy stuff in the background. Coolio dressed as Prince and in a makeshift hot tub with a sex doll. Yeah. Yeah. Good old-fashioned candidate for an axe to the head made me chuckle, but this movie is so bad. 2 more sets of scenes. Let's power through, brothers.
All right.
I will say really
personal,
quick,
brother. It's not personal.
No. It's got nothing to do with that. I promise. I know. I promise. No, you're fine, bro. Dude, you can hate on this movie all you want. I don't give a fuck. It's not good. But with the benefit of hindsight, that Pam and Tommy shit is really not funny. Like, having watched the Pam Anderson doc that Netflix did that I thought was awesome, like knowing a little bit more about that now, that shit ain't fucking funny, bro. Damn. Sorry, I just want to point that out.
I haven't seen that.
I have to be the feminist on this show. Somebody's got to be. God damn it.
That's me. I'm the voice of the women on this show.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, maybe for voice to the women.
We cut to a party at the deserted location, full of over-the-top stereotypes of high school parties, and Hagatha and Dowie arrive. We cut back and forth from them to the party, but it's all pointless. They order a pizza and share their first kiss. That's about all that is of the slightest relevance. Anyway, a fisherman with a hook hand knocks on the door, but he just wants a donation. Martina gets real meta with the rules of the movie, and a black cat gives Barbara a jump scare. Bonner gets really rapey with a girl upstairs, but thankfully the killer breaks up the scene with a chainsaw, and Bonner dies of a heart attack. I'll revisit that line. Barbara is on her quest for more beer when she parodies Tatum's garage scene in Scream. The garage door malfunctions, which gives Barbara enough time to pull out her breast implants and fit through the doggy door to make a run for it. Of all the things that could have gotten her, Barbara dies of a bee sting. Shout out to my girl. The party dies when most of the kids want to go play Weekend at Bernie's with the principal interest body, but our main group stays. Martina and Dawson hear a noise, and it's a cat, who tells them Slab is in trouble, and it turns into an argument before Martina and Dawson head to find Slab. And the next set of scenes, thank God Almighty, is the ending.
Hey, you know I'm going to do it. Fucking house party. Let's go, man. Let's fucking go. And this just made me want to watch American Pie 2, though. Like, that's what this scene felt like to me, and I was like, God, I'd much rather be watching American Pie 2. But anyway.
The best American Pie movie.
I agree.
The best one.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's got the best of everything. It's got the best coming-of-age story that's the most relatable. It's got the best humor. It's not at a high school, so I feel a little less weird. Like, I agree. 100%. Spot on, brother. Anyway, the scenes with Tom Arnold and Tiffany are just a dud for me outside of seeing her. Like, you mentioned this pizza scene here, Dustin. You're 100% correct. Like, what the fuck happened here? Like, what was the point of all this, like, strip poker stuff that we're about to get? Like, it adds absolutely nothing to the film at all. I will say, I think this, like, pseudo Randy character talking about the rules of being in a parody, Mike loves meta. I thought that shit was good. I have no other choice but to stand on business here. I thought that was fun and smartly written. Now, is the rest of the movie smartly written? Of course not. Is this stuff smartly written? I thought it was a nice play on Scream and a way to do it without just, like, basically redoing it, which the first Scary Movie technically does that a little bit. I feel like this was a smarter way to do it, to talk about the self-awareness of being in a spoof, being in a parody. I thought that was fun. I enjoyed that because Mike loves meta. So there you go. I love that. I actually, well, they ruin it. You know, they go and totally fuck it up. But I thought that Boner dying like he did without getting laid was actually really funny. Even though, again, the killer didn't actually do it. You know, this would have been a really bad way for him to go since he was about to commit a horrible, serious offense. Bro, don't tell me you didn't smile a little bit when you saw a bottle of fucking Zim in that fridge. That shit was fucking fun. Yeah, come on, dog. That shit was fucking fun. Well, they blocked out the A, but yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus the fact that she picked up a beer and then put it back to grab the Zima.
Right.
That's funny.
Yeah. I thought that was funny. I actually think this garage scene is really funny until the breast implant stuff, because the silicone stuff is just dated. Like, it's not the way it's done anymore, guys. Not that I would know. Not that I would need to know, but I hear and have read that it's done very differently these days. Some of the stuff goes on way too long here, especially the drum playing. What the fuck was this? That was so... Jesus Christ. Such a waste of time. And him chasing her with a weed eater was like... Okay, even I, who's enjoyed the movie, at least as far as having a good time with it, was ready to wrap this up. I think this is like the fact that the cat's name was Lame Gag, and later it's Dead Horse, and I thought all that was kind of funny, but it was the same joke over and over again, so I get not liking that.
No, during that weed eater scene, all it made me think about was Superhuman getting hit with a weed whacker. So I had to go watch that clip again. I think that might have been the most painful one he's ever done. Like, bro was hooting and hollering. Man, shout out to Superhuman. This whole crowd of teens, Brian Kelly, this poor Britney Spears lookalike who gets taken out by this strong ass ceiling fan, they just watched her get like killed. Like, it was crazy. Nobody intervened. Speaking of Britney Spears and intervene, somebody needs to go save that, sis. Good night. Martina, I sure wish I was watching Scream right now, sis. That's a good film. That's a good film. I wish we was watching that one. The movie goes full Halloween 5 with a goofy sound effect as Boner Bonner says, "Here's Boner." Like, come on, man. Barbara, and what's the God? I'm about to sound dumb, I guess, or maybe I just don't get the reference. What is the Zima thing? Like, what was this?
It was an alcoholic drink in the in the 90s and early 2000s. It was like basically like a Smirnoff, very low alcohol content, but it was popular at high school parties.
Gotcha. Barbara tossing all this bull jive from the fridge at the killer. Like, it's just not funny to me. And I hope my girl Julie doesn't die like Tatum, and she doesn't. She even goes out in a worse way. Like, fucking bees. Come on. Barbara, why'd you just fall out of this damn doggy door? Like, what are we doing? Like, come on. Give me a break. She survives, but another unfunny scene, her removing her implants that are filled with, like, fish swimming around and, like, fruit cocktail-looking stuff in it. It's like who thinks this is funny? Like who really laughed at this movie? And you know what? I got to call our guy out on this. He's a fan of the show, Boomer T. Bro gave this movie a 5 out of 5. Like,
he commented on Twitter too. He gave me something to read. Yeah.
Oh my! I can't wait. The effects of the bees flying around her look absolutely awful as well. This is the worst killer ever. Like, they don't die because of him; they just die in spite of him. Like, he does nothing to earn these kills. And the last thing I got, Dawson talking to the cat, not funny. Let's get through this final set of scenes.
You know, the funny thing is, he actually did kill people. He did kill members of Hagatha's crew, but like, we don't care about those. Those are background kills.
Yeah.
But you mentioned the breast implants, Mike. You remember the Gold Dust was gonna get breast implants. He was so committed to the character. That's insane to think about.
What's even more insane is that Vince didn't go for it. Knowing the shit that he was going to put on screen, like, he didn't go for it. That's insane to me. And actually, that's actually not what Bruce said. Bruce said he actually did think about it and was going to pay for it. And then I guess somebody had to talk Vince out of it, thought it was a bad idea. But I disagree. I would have let I mean, he can get him removed. Dude, could you imagine if Dustin Rhodes was winning? Not that you watch AEW, but if he was winning the TNT title at All In last year with fake tits,
he would have had him removed by now. But yeah, that would be an insane optic. But you mentioned, Nico, that Barbara, you wish she got a better death than bees. It just reminded me, what kind of bees make milk? Boobies. Anyway, here's the ending. Martina and Dawson head into the bathroom where they see "Red Rum" and "Clean Me" written on the mirror, but more importantly, they find Slab injecting himself with steroids. Bro used too much, and he starts to turn into the Hulk before his head explodes. The killer starts chasing Martina and Dawson, and the scene turns into a pop-up video spoof. Shout out to VH1. It's actually my favorite part of the movie because I used to watch pop-up video a lot, and I thought that was actually kind of clever. We catch up with Dowie and Hagatha, who are playing strip poker with the pizza guy and a member of Hagatha's crew, because why wouldn't they be? Martina and Dawson fight off the killer. Well, Martina does, at least, and Dawson unmasks him. But the killer is wearing a mask on top of a mask on top of a mask on top of an endless amount of masks, and Dowie, Hagatha, and crew finally decide to go check out the house. When Dawson finally unmasks the killer, we find out it's Dowie's identical evil twin cousin, Artie. Dowie and Artie go for a hug of reconciliation, but Hagatha shoots Artie and then her cameraman on accident, and then nonchalantly leaves the house with the pizza guy, breaking Dowie's heart. We find out Bonner survived, actually, didn't have a heart attack, thanks to the bottle of Viagra he took, and Dawson and Martina share a kiss. Artie comes back alive, but Dowie emptied the clip on him. This movie just won't end. We get multiple shots, multiple texts on screen saying the end, but they just keep going with more and more attempts at comedy and parody. After the credits, we get a where are they now with the characters, and they're all dumb. If you didn't stick around from that, you didn't miss anything, and I actually envy you.
Oh, thanks for envying me, brother. I hate you because I envy you. Sorry. Man, I'm all in wrestling mode. It's WrestleMania week, by God. Anyway, shout out to CM Punk, the GOAT. Not a bum like Pat McAfee said. But look, this is the worst part of the film. 100%. This, to me, and I know you guys think the whole thing is, I understand. But this is undoubtedly the biggest pile of dog shit in this movie is this set of scenes here. Like, again, outside of the cat being named Dead Horse that got a little chuckle out of me, this is atrocious. This, like, pop-up video, very dated reference as well, even then, it goes on forever. I know they had pop-up video then, but, like, its height was in, like, the late 80s and, like, early 90s. So, like, yeah, dude, this, like, went forever. I didn't think it was ever gonna end. We got basically a full ass music video in the middle of this set of scenes. No, thank you. Yes. You know,
it's not like me to well actually you. I don't.
Oh, here we go.
I don't well actually.
Yeah, God.
But pop-up video actually didn't even start airing until 1996. It ran from 96 to 2002. So
pop-up video. I remember watching it. I mean, even here, this movie came out in 01, made in 99. Oh,
it came out in 2000. Made
okay, I guess pop-up video was probably. God, I felt like it was dated even then, but maybe it just does now. Still, don't think it's something I would have done personally. And plus, it lasts 4 hours. Like, I think I'd rather watch Liv Morgan's new music video than do this again. Well, there's a reason for that. I mean, you could watch it on mute, brother. Again, just a lot of wet farts. The strip poker stuff is not funny. The multiple masks that they keep pulling off was redundant. Like, it would have been funny for a little bit, but then they kept doing it. The killer reveal being his twin cousin is a wet fart. Like, just what the fuck? And all this parody commentary that we got in the last set of scenes, they try to pick it back up here, and I felt like they missed the boat on that. I think the line that Tom Honor lets out, the pizza guys get all the pussy, was kind of funny. Because, like, no. And I agree with you, Dustin. These fake out endings were the drizzling shits, man. Like, this is... Can we just fucking end already? Good night, man. Like, give me the fucking credits and let's go. It just never ended. And I didn't see the post-credit scene, and now I'm kind of glad I didn't. So, I hate that this movie had such a wet fart of an ending, but maybe I was enjoying the ride, and even for me, it finally caught up to me, and I was just like, okay, let's move on. So like's not the right word. I enjoyed the majority of the film, but it just completely takes a left turn. Well, I guess if you were doing a NASCAR race, a right turn into a wall in Daytona. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Whoa.
Too soon. Slab is funny.
That's the single most tragic event of 2001, and you're going to joke about it?
Shout out to Jeff Gordon. Sorry.
Our Slab is funny just because of who it is, the eyebrows, the look on his face. I always have love for Simon Rex. I'm very thankful that brother got a gig in the much better spoof film Scary Movie 3. And, Mike, I'm looking forward to when you pick that one down the road. I think that movie's funny. Now the movie, see, I didn't even think about pop-up video on VH1. I put Now the movie as the early 2000s MTV pop-up fun facts. And it did make me miss those shows. Like, remember, like, Next? Like, you get off the bus, they got all these fun facts. Then they, like, the girl take one look at you and say, Next. God, that was painful. That's the worst feeling in the world.
Yeah, that's like the pop the balloon thing they're doing now. He's like, boy, you popped a balloon before I even say a word, and no one's leaving this room.
What's the first thing that you would give me to eat? A salad? Dawson is a pussy. Who would have guessed? Made Martina do all the fighting. Like, God, I don't like Dawson. Cringy scene as Martina punches the killer pop-up doll and then the constant mask removal. Like, I'm right there with you guys. It just got redundant and old quick. And then the fucking twist reveal. Harding is the killer. Dewey's twin cousin. Give me a break. But that is very on brand with Scream. Have some no-name relative be the killer. I was hoping to get a reaction out of them guys, but all right, I guess they're checked out. Hagatha goes full Alec Baldwin shooting the evil twin and black guy cameraman. And like you guys mentioned, the movie just would not end. And I just quit taking notes on it at that point. Like I just didn't care anymore.
Hey, Nico, you doing that?
Yo.
And then not getting a reaction made me think, and Dustin knows the clip, it's Deanna Purrazzo walking out at Raw. You know the clip I'm talking about where she makes her debut on Raw and fucking nobody says anything? Poor thing.
Man, that's tough.
It's awful. It's tough, buddy. It's a tough clip to watch.
Nico, you can rage bait me about any number of things, but I know when you're trying to rage bait me and that doesn't work. So no, you slander and scream, go for it, brother. Knock yourself out. I know you're wrong.
Yeah.
Are you agree?
No, you're wrong.
You're wrong,
what?
pal.
And what's understood just doesn't need to be stated.
You right. LeBron is better than MJ. Let's jump over to our social media comments and questions. We'll go to Instagram first. Melanie St. George commented, OMG, I had forgotten about this movie. Then I told her, please rewatch it and see if you still like it. And me and you, Dustin, we kind of talked about this earlier before we started recording. She said, I'm curious to see if it holds up. And all I put was no comment. So this might be one of those things, Melanie, if you like this movie, maybe don't revisit it because you may end up having a sour taste in your mouth afterwards. And niece_384 commented, wow, what a title with a laughing emoji. The title is long. It's a long title.
Yes, it is.
The title is actually the funniest thing about the movie.
Fair. Mike, we got anything on Facebook?
Oh, shoot. Hold on. Sorry. I was not
Dustin,
ready
you got
to
anything
go.
on Twitter?
Yeah, I got
you go
X,
ahead.
the artist formerly known as Twitter, pulled up. That guy, Millhouse14108, shout out Steve, said, love all the Easter eggs in this. Home of the Purgers, the Mentos parody, vending machine selling term papers, alibis, and guns, platform shoes, the Sausage Queen, and countless innuendos. Fun parody that fully embraces the gags. 5 out of 10 for me. Love the show, fellas. I mean, that's fair. Everybody can have their opinion. I'm just glad that you gave it a 5 out of 10. You can appreciate it and acknowledge it's not great. So that's fine. But here's the one. Mookie, Boomer_T1. First of all, we love you, brother. We appreciate the support.
He's been a fan for a long time.
He has. He says, one of the greats that gets overshadowed by Scary Movie. He said greats. Have loved this movie since it came out, and after rewatching it, it still holds up. The mask bit at the end is a great bit. 10 out of 10, no notes. Wow.
Hey, man,
Oh,
I'm not going to argue with it. If you like it, that's all that matters.
Love what you love.
That's right.
We're not the authorities. We're just sharing our opinions just like anyone else.
That's right. Nothing
Anything
on
on the Book
Facebook,
of
by the
Faces?
way. No, sir.
Bet. Fun facts, Dustin?
We got a couple. I mean, we've already kind of mentioned it, but this film was originally intended to have a theatrical release. However, because of the similarities with the much more popular Scary Movie, which was actually filmed after this one, it ended up being released direct to video. This movie was also shot at the same school as Jawbreaker in 1999. The funny thing about that is Julie Benz also in Jawbreaker, so she must have felt real comfortable around that campus. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And the last one I've got is that Tom Arnold was also in Saving Flora with David Arquette.
Easy tonight.
Okay.
Easy
work.
I've heard Jawbreaker's pretty good, but I haven't seen it.
I haven't either. I need to.
I've never heard of it. I don't think so. Anyway, maybe I have. Fuck, I don't know. I forgot what I just ate for dinner, except that it was phallic in nature. This movie was made for a... I'm sorry, everyone.
What's the budget,
Please forgive
Mike?
me. It's $5 million, buddy. It's $5 million. There's also no
It goes straight to
gross
DVD.
because...
It goes straight to DVD.
There's also no gross because... It went straight to
DVD.
Hey, it also actually was very popular on USA Network in the year 2000, which year 2000, yeah, Raw was still on USA Network. Okay, so it was sharing the network with the WWE. It all comes back to everything is wrestling. By God,
Everything is wrestling.
$5 million for a direct to DVD movie. Like, what better scripts didn't get funding?
Well,
dude,
I'm guessing a lot of that money went to Tom Arnold, Tiffany Amber Thiessen, and Coolio.
Yeah.
$5
for sure.
$1 million, or all the masks they bought.
Yeah, that's true.
Dustin, let's jump into our favorite kill, least favorite kill in the rating. Dustin, you want to kick us off?
Yeah, $5 million. Who they think they kidnapped? Chelsea Clinton. Favorite kill, least favorite kill. Favorite kill, least favorite kill. None. Like I lost, and it's not because I thought they sucked, but I lost track of who all died and how they went and who came back alive. Like who was a fake death. So I just couldn't pick one. Suffice to say, I didn't enjoy this movie very much. As far as my final thoughts on the rating, were there moments that made me chuckle? Sure, but they were very brief and sparse moments. Overall, it's just bad. You know that meme where the attractive guy says, "Looking good, Susan," and she says, "Oh, you're cute," and then the fat guy says the same thing, and she looks frightened and calls HR? Well, that's this movie and Scary Movie, with Scary Movie obviously being the attractive guy. I don't care which script was written first. It just doesn't matter. This one should have been left on the cutting room floor. It's extremely dated with references that, worst of all, are not funny. I gave it a 1.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'll go next. Favorite kill. I did pick a favorite and least favorite. Favorite kill is Simon Rex, the head blowing up. I thought he was funny. Like he's just a funny dude to me. Like, and I do want to watch Red Rocket. Like, I've heard that's a good movie actually. Least favorite kill, I'm gonna go with Julie Benz getting stung to death. Like, what is this? Like, come on. Like, she deserved better. She's one of the bigger names, I would say. She was in Jawbreaker and Buffy. Like, she had to be one of the bigger names then. But yeah, I'm right there with you, Dustin. I really just didn't enjoy this movie. Like, an hour and 26. I saw the runtime. I was like, this ain't bad. But it felt like whoa.
Yeah.
The movie felt way longer than it was. I had to catch myself. Woo. But I just didn't have a good time watching it. I gave it a 1.5 as well. 1 point for Julie and half a point for Simon.
Good night.
And I didn't watch Saved by the Bell or whatever show she was on, so I didn't really recognize Tiffany, but she was easy on the eyes.
Dude, she was a babe in Saved by the Bell. And then also the movie Son-in-Law with Pauly Shore. You should watch that. It's a funny movie.
Yeah, you'd probably like that one.
All right, Mike. Save the composite score.
My favorite kill is Boner, because even though he didn't die, I'm going to pretend the fake out doesn't happen and just say that he died. Because I don't have a least favorite, because I think the rest of them are kind of cheesy and they're not actual kills, I guess, or just deaths. So anyway, although the bee sting is really lame. Like, I know people die via bee sting, but that's not a fun horror movie kill, man. Look, I've kind of already said it. This movie is bad. I'm not saying it's good, okay? But it had enough comedy in it to keep me entertained until the end, at least. I'd say the last 20 minutes, or excuse me, like 18 minutes or so, just drag. So I am disappointed that they couldn't really pull it off at the end like a Scary Movie did. But that being said, I had enough fun with it. I didn't take it too seriously. Maybe that's why I enjoyed it. I enjoyed some of the nostalgia in my tum-tum, as I like to say. And that's probably not a good thing. We've talked about that on this show. Like, it can be a hell of a drug and not a good one. And this one hit that nostalgia lick for me, for lack of a better term, for whatever reason. So, going to have a higher score than you guys. I don't think I'm going to have quite as high as you probably expect me to, though. Give the movie a 4.
Hey, your score is still higher than mine and Nico's combined. So
I know.
That being said, that gives us a composite score of a 2.333. IMDb is at a 4 out of 10. Letterboxd 2.1 out of 5. Rotten Tomatoes 14%. That 14% must have been you and Mookie.
Yeah.
He gave it a 10. I gave it a 4. Come on, man.
Yeah, but just that's true. Actually, you weren't a positive review.
It was Steve Schmidt. Well, he's only 5. That's not high enough either.
No.
Hold on. You said 14, right?
Yep, 14%.
I'm gonna put.
That
All right,
means
I'm putting that
14%
one.
of critics.
Yes, I'm putting that one in the chamber. Got it right here. Right here.
All right, I'm gonna shout out our blood donors, and then I'm gonna announce my pick for next week. Blood donors, I say it every week, but we really appreciate y'all. Take a huge burden off of us. I'm gonna shout out legendary blood donor one more time, Andrew Ferguson. His film review that he chose, Silent Rage, with the recently deceased Chuck Norris, starring in that movie. It'll be released soon. Appreciate you, Andrew. Camper level reoccurring Nina, Michelle Mirza, Steve Schmidt, Anthony Andrews, and Lisa. Camp Council reoccurring Edwin Hernandez Gunn, Joe Swinford, Adrian Aiello, Brian Samick, Andrew Ferguson, Brooke Maley, Heather Superdoc, Jennifer Davis Need Too Close to Home Pod, Dana Tucker, Cole McAlexander, Max K, and Amanda Pettiford. Really appreciate y'all. Speaking of Amanda Pettiford, I chose Lights Out from 2016 as my pick for next week. Amanda, she's been a longtime listener of the show. We've chit-chatted a few times about just, life, horror movies and all that. And she asked me about a blood donor pick and all that. But I asked her, I was like, what's the movie you want to do? I was just curious. And she told me that one. I was like, you know what? I got you. And she told me April is her birthday month. So I picked Lights Out for her. But it's also a special movie to me because this is the movie that got me into film critique, Dustin. Like, this is my first YouTube video I ever made. Because this was the worst fucking experience I've ever had at the movie theater in 2016 in Valdosta, Georgia. The whole theater was packed, and nobody would shut the hell up, Dustin.
Wow.
Everybody was, like, screaming, hooting, hollering at all the scares that were in the trailer. I was so pissed. It got to the point where I was so mad, I was yelling back at people. It was like, we've already seen this scare. It wasn't scary. But anywho, this movie is based off of a short. I highly recommend the short on YouTube. It's actually really well done. But I do enjoy this movie for what it is for the most part. It's not perfect. I did rewatch it in theaters in 24, I believe. It got one of those Blumhouse re-releases. I do think it's solid. It's got Teresa Palmer in it.
Hold on. This is a Blumhouse movie?
I think so. Blumhouse ain't terrible. They did Get Out. Come on now. Hey, they've been on a stinker recently though.
Yeah.
But they had some juice back in the day. But
yeah,
anyway,
Halloween 2018 was great, man.
Kills
was good, yeah. Hey, really quick, Nico, is that the
Sinister?
Is that movie theater the one by Chili's in Valdosta?
Yeah, that's the only theater. Yeah.
I know. Yeah, buddy, I've been there.
Nico, I thought you were going to say you picked this movie because one of the producers is James Wan. I was like, that makes sense. Yeah.
I'll bounce on it.
Is he from Kentucky as well?
No, he's from Malaysia, actually.
Oh, I thought he was from Kentucky like you. Sorry.
No, I think he's actually from Australia, but he's just Malaysian. But anyway, we'll move on from that. We appreciate y'all tuning in. We'll be back next week with Lights Out.
Good night, Julie Benz.
Thank you so much, everybody. I'll see you next week. And in the meantime, take care of yourself.
Just want to remind everybody,